Well, good morning, everybody. What's today's topic? We're going to do another quick tip. It won't be a long video. We're going to get right to the point. We're going to talk about what are the best drill bits and what you can do to keep them sharp and maintained. Grab your coffee and we'll jump right to the questions. Okay, first question, rounding, or what are the best drill bits? Well, I can tell you which aren't. I bought some Hitachi drill bits out at, I believe it was Home Depot, and they're junk. I put them in a drill press and I noticed a wobble right away. I didn't have a whole lot of use for them after that. I think I gave them away. Now, DeWalt makes them. There's lots of other brands. I mean, I know Makita. I mean, all these things that you see out there. Those are good bits too. I think I went back out. I paid $3, $4, $5 more for the Bosch. I went ahead and got them. Those bits are perfectly fine. They work okay. I have no complaints. I've also bought bits from out at Harbor Freight, and I've bought other ones when they're on sale for different things. Irwin makes really good quality bits also. I've bought those out at Lowe's, and I've bought them out at Home Depot for different kinds of boring into large wood. So it depends. There's lots of good brands out there. I'm going to get a lot of flack about what I'm going to say here in a minute. What I think is whether you have a bench top drill press or you have a floor model drill press, I have both. What I could tell you is, and I learned the hard way probably, is it's not so much the drill bit a lot of times. As long as the drill bit's running true and it's straight, what do? The drill bit is dull. Well, I learned to sharpen them. Now, there's a ton of YouTube videos on people trying to sell you products for drill bit sharpening and everything else, and I use two different methods. What you want to replicate is the angle on that drill bit, and then you want to just touch it to, let's say, an abrasive wheel. Let's say you have a grinder. I have a grinder. It's got a 120 grit wheel on one of the sides. I use the side of that grinding wheel, and I want to match the angle on that bit. Now, this is kind of like a redneck method. It's not super precise, but it works well. So I take one of these drill bits and I match that angle. Now, you can use different little jigs. There's lots of YouTube videos, and I'll try to make one going downstream. And you want to match that angle, and you just want to touch it up. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do any severe grinding unless you really ruined the bit or you snapped it and there's still some of the bit left. You can try to regrind that angle. There's also little jigs available, like I said, that you can buy, but if you just touch up that angle and you just touch it up against that grinding wheel, you can replicate that angle and the drill bit will be sharp again. It may not be factory sharp, but it'll be damn close. So what I do is, even with these junk drill bits, and I have a mixture of them, all different brands and kinds and stuff, because I'm just a hobbyist. So what is the best tip that I can give you? It relates to the speed of your drill press, first of all. I go with slow speeds. Some people don't be concerned and they have it on high speed and they burn these bits up. They get them too hot and they burn them. And then they go, oh, look, it was junk. Well, it was junk because you were using it the wrong way. So first thing is speed, low speed. So if you have it on low speed and your feed rate, you don't just go over there and crank down on this thing as hard as you can just to get through a piece of metal and say, well, it drilled a couple of holes and, well, it's shot now. Well, you used it wrong. So you want your feeding speed to be kind of like slow, consistent, just take your time and try not to burn up that drill bit. And the other thing that's important is lubricant. Now, they make drill bit lubricant. Yes, they do. I'm sure that that's the best way to go. Is that what I do? No. I use a lot of times motor oil, or I've got real thick gear oil, or I've got something laying around. No, I don't use WD-40. You can go back and watch one of my videos. WD-40 isn't really meant for stuff like this. WD means water displacement and yada da yada. You need to watch the video. But I use a good, thick, decent oil. I take my time. My speed's slow. My feed rate is consistent and it's nice and slow. And I take my time and I use lubricant. And I've drilled probably 50 holes with this one drill bit I have in one of my magnetic pans, and I haven't had to resharpen it yet. If you use things correctly, they're going to last you a long time. You don't always have to go out and buy the most expensive drill bit sets that there are. You just need to take your time, watch what you're doing, and learn to sharpen them. Now, sharpening them, yes, it's a pain in the butt. I agree with you. Now, I also have another little sanding machine like this lady does in the background here. That's another reason why I use this picture for the backdrop. And you can see where she's got this 1-inch wide vertical like sanding machine. Anyway, I have a little wood platform and I have a groove cut into it. and I have it clamped to that table, and I just wiggle it back and forth, and I just gently touch the angle of those drill bits, keeping the angle as consistent as I can with the angle of the drill bit when I originally bought it. It works. It's not going to work perfect. Yes, you can go out and spend money, buy jigs, and do probably a much better job. It sharpens them right back up. It sharpens them very quickly, and it makes it easy for me to keep using and not spending a ton of time on setting up all the, I mean, there's some of these jigs that are incredibly complex, and I'm sure that they're okay, but it's beyond the scope of really what I want to do. This is your quick tip of the day, and I hope you folks keep subscribing and following me. Drop a comment if you disagree with me, or if you know of a jig that's inexpensive or something that somebody can buy and a better way to do it, let me know. Otherwise, yes, I use the side of my grinding wheel, which is a fine grinding wheel. It's 120, or I use my little desktop, belt sander like up here, like in this picture, with a little wood jig that I made clamped, and I just touch up those edges, and it works great. I'm the Home Handyman. I'm going to see you on the next video. Thank you, and don't forget to click subscribe. Bye-bye.